Recognized for stirring the global imagination with his headline-grabbing exploits, David Blaine has set and shattered multiple world records. He's known not only for his bewitching street magic, but also his awe-inspiring endurance challenges. His ability to amaze people with his cool demeanor, whether doing his renowned frog trick or snapping a metal coin in half, is unprecedented. Hello, and welcome back to Illusion Insider. Today, we're going to lift the veil and reveal the top secrets behind some of David Blaine's most impressive magic tricks ever. Let's dive right in. Coming in at number 7 is the infamous coin bite trick. This is one of David Blaine's most well-known street magic stunts. During this trick, David requests a quarter coin from a group of ladies. One of them hands over the coin. David makes an interesting comment about the change in metal consistency, suggesting that if you squeeze a piece of metal, it heats up. He then brings the quarter closer to his mouth and, much to everyone's surprise, takes a sizable bite out of the solid coin. It's utterly wild. But the trick isn't over yet. He holds the remaining half of the coin in his hand and then abruptly spits out the bitten half onto the coin. Magically, the coin is instantly restored to its original state as though nothing had happened. So how did he pull this off? The secret lies in the inner workings of the coin, and it's straightforward once you know. The trick utilizes a gimmick coin manipulated by David. This coin is constructed of two parts, held together by elastic bands, with a mechanism allowing it to be folded. This gives the illusion that half the coin has vanished. David initially stealthily replaces the original coin with the specially prepared one and pretends to bite it. In reality, he just folds it. He then shows the doctored coin to the women and appears to spit the missing piece back. In this act, he simply allows the folded half of the coin to spring back into place, giving the illusion of the coin being whole again. And that's how the magic was performed. Moving on to number 6, the crazy card illusion trick. David Blaine, the man celebrated for his extraordinary record-breaking magic performances, decided to execute a simple card trick during his appearance on Ellen's show. He first invited a young woman from the audience to participate, adding an extra element of intrigue to this trick. He produced a deck of cards and asked Ellen to pick any card at random and sign it. He then inserted the card back into the deck, thoroughly shuffling it, and placed it in the secure hold of Ellen's hands. He next asked the participant to name any random number, and she chose 13. David instructed her to count down to the 13th card from the top of the deck, suggesting that it would be the card that Ellen had signed. However, the 13th card wasn't the one Ellen had signed. Undeterred, David improvised the final part of the trick, claiming that he had folded the card and tossed it through the air, landing under Ellen's wristwatch. Astonishingly, the card found under the watch was indeed the signed card. You might be wondering, how on earth did the card end up under Ellen's wristwatch? Well, before we unravel the secret, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so, and make sure to hit the bell icon for instant notifications of our new video uploads. If we rewind the footage and scrutinize the video closely, it becomes straightforward to decipher the trick. Observe closely. When David slipped the card between Ellen's palms, his right hand swiftly maneuvered it underneath her wristwatch. He had already removed the signed card from the deck, folded it, and kept it ready. He swiftly placed the folded card under the watch without Ellen noticing anything. It's even possible to see the folded card already snug under Ellen's wristwatch. The story David told about the card flying through the air and landing under Ellen's watch was simply misdirection. Coming in at number 5 is the incredible transformation of coffee into coins. Wouldn't it be a treat if your morning coffee could turn into a pile of gold coins? Call on David Blaine, the magician who has repeatedly shattered world records, as he has mastered this magical feat. This is one of Blaine's most renowned illusions, where he astonishingly transforms a homeless man's coffee cup into a cup brimming with golden coins. So, how does Blaine convert coffee into coins? We've got the secret. Concealed within the coffee cup is another smaller cup, equipped with a sponge at its base. This inner cup is just the right size to fit snugly inside the main coffee cup beneath the coffee level. A sponge has been precisely cut to sit inside the outer cup, which has a small hole at the bottom. The hole size is just large enough for Blaine to cover with his finger, providing the key to this mesmerizing trick. The smaller cup, filled with coins, is placed inside the outer cup atop the sponge, and then coffee is poured in. Now, Blaine begins the trick. He positions his finger inside the hole at the base of the cup and gradually pushes up the sponge through the hole. This upward motion causes the smaller cup, filled with coins, to ascend and become visible. Simultaneously, the coffee drains down the sides of the inner cup and into the sponge, which soaks it up. As the coins start appearing, the coffee disappears, leaving us amazed by his remarkable skills. That is the art of his deception. Coming in at number 4 is the mind-reading trick. For this incredible illusion, David Blaine makes a trip to England to execute a fascinating mind-reading card trick. And the participant is none other than the renowned physicist, the late Stephen Hawking. Blaine positions a deck of cards in front of Hawking, inviting him to conceptualize and name any card of his choice. He assures Hawking that he has absolutely no influence over his ultimate choice. Hawking selects the 9 of diamonds. David then unveils the 9 of diamonds, leaving Hawking impressed to see that David has his chosen card primed and waiting at the bottom of the deck laid before him. But how did Blaine know? The technique Blaine utilized in this trick is termed multiple outs, a common strategy in mentalism and prediction-centric magic. The spectator isn't privy to where or how the prediction will be manifested, which grants the magician the flexibility to modify the prediction based on what the spectator picks. Regardless of what card Hawking picked, Blaine was armed with a different reaction and had an individual trick especially tailored for that card. He had a plethora of ways to conclude the trick. If Hawking had selected a different card, like the 9 of clubs, David would have shown him that it was at the top of the deck. If Hawking had opted for the ace of diamonds, David would have claimed that it was the only card missing from the deck. And so it must have been Hawking's selection. With someone as adept as David Blaine, this trick is unfailingly successful. Sliding into number 3 is the cigarette through a coin trick. David Blaine, a magician renowned for his eerie magic tricks, once executed a feat where he passed a cigarette through a coin, stunning the audience around him. Here's the secret behind this trick. The coin used by David Blaine wasn't a regular coin, but a gimmick coin, which had a hole in its center designed to allow the cigarette to pass through. When you scrutinize the back of the coin, it's evident that the coin opens from the center when a cigarette is pushed through from the other side. After successfully threading the cigarette through the coin, David swiftly swaps the gimmick coin with the real one before handing it over to the audience for final inspection, to confirm if the coin is real or not. Sliding into the second spot is the 360-degree arm twist. Can you lay your hand flat on the floor and rotate it a full 360 degrees? Sounds impossible, right? But for David Blaine, a magician famed for pushing the human potential to its absolute limits, this feat is entirely possible. Just observe how he rotates his arm to a complete 360 degrees. This trick, like all others, harbors a secret. In performing this trick, David Blaine positions his arm on the ground in a rather unusual way. Instead of laying his hand flat on the ground, he flips it 180 degrees before placing it on the floor. This unique arm placement allows him to rotate his arm more than 360 degrees with relative ease. Throughout the entire trick, it's nearly impossible to discern that his arm is positioned differently due to the long-sleeve jacket that he's wearing, which wholly conceals his arm. Claiming the number 1 spot on our list is the trick of regurgitating live frogs. We've all watched shows like Fear Factor, where participants place all sorts of bugs, spiders, and even frogs in their mouths. But this trick is a step above. And if you're David Blaine, the man who has been buried alive, encased in ice for days, and most notably, suspended over London in a transparent box for 44 days with no food, then your tricks have to be extreme. The magician once executed a trick where he seemingly vomits live frogs from his mouth. Even after confirming his mouth is totally empty, he continues to produce new frogs. So how did he pull off such an extraordinary act? Many of the stunts David performs rely more on endurance and skill rather than manipulation. So the secret here must be extensive practice and incredible endurance. Prior to filming, David had to swallow all of the frogs, holding them in his esophagus before expelling them. You might be wondering how this is even possible. This performance was inspired by the famous 1930s regurgitator Haji Ali. The trick lies in mastering and controlling your stomach muscles. David practiced this for nearly 6 months before astonishing us all with his superhuman ability. So there you have it, the secrets behind David Blaine's most astonishing magic tricks. Is Blaine the greatest showman of all time? Drop us a comment below and let us know what topic you'd like for us to explore next. Please like and share this video with your friends on social media for more incredible content. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and as always, thanks for tuning in.